Hey, what's up guys, it's C here. So I'm happy to say that I was actually right on the last video that you should pull for Zhu Yuan, right? It's not difficult to see that Zhu Yuan is probably the most broken character right now in the game. I've been clearing Shiyu defense with a lot of success, and I've got videos or footage of me clearing that coming up, right, eventually. And today I just want to be talking about the best combos and techs with Zhu Yuan, so you guys can all play Zhu Yuan correctly or at the maximum efficiency. Okay. Before we get into everything, I want you guys to help me out here. Okay, I need you guys to subscribe because less than 1% of you are actually subscribed and watching this video right now. Right? It's pretty insane, guys. I'm trying to get you guys to subscribe so I can tell you about all the news, all the stuff, all my opinions, right? All the stuff on character combos, on the building the best team, on everything. Okay, so if you're interested in any of that, Zone Zero content, subscribe, man, subscribe. All right, let's get into it. So, fundamental of Zhu Yuan is burst, okay, and how fast you can build up to that burst and use the burst efficiently. So, what do I mean by that? So, on top left, we're gonna be walking around here. Top left, we just got Zhu Yuan with her 9 shells, right? And she can unload those 9 shells. I'm going to use a very inefficient way of unloading her shells right now, right? As the most standard way is hold it down and you blast, 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 okay? I'll get into it later on in the video, the suppressive mode stuff. But just for now, bear with me. Her basic mechanic is building up those shells, right? And unleashing them. So, being good at Zhu Yuan basically boils down to how fast you can get those shells back and how fast you can unload those shells. Right? Okay. Still with me? Okay, so she is the most complex character in the game right now. It's not even close. It's not even close. Ellen combos are pretty standard. She has a bunch of iframes, so you just spam. Basically, you can spam a bunch of the same combos over and over again. Okay, this is not the case with Zhu Yuan. Okay, Zhu Yuan is a very reaction time based, dodge based playstyle. Okay, so the more attacks you can dodge, and the more attacks you can react to, the more successful you're going to be on this character because you build up charge faster. Okay, and we're gonna get into it right now. So on her assault mode, which is her basic build up mode, right? Build up the shells, right? On using this mode. On this mode, we strive to get shells as fast as possible, right? Obviously. So what's the fastest way? Normally, if the enemy is actually stunned or they can't act, okay, the fastest way that we can get shells in a neutral state is basically by performing our basic combo in a different way. Okay, I want you to bear with me, right? Basically, most characters, like I have Ambi here, if you press shift or right click, you have a little dash, right? You have a little dash invulnerability window thingy. Zhu Yuan is quite different from every single character in that during her combos, if you pivot the position, you get a vault. Okay, so we're gonna explain this a little bit more later on, but just know that vaulting is the most important part about Zhu Yuan. Okay, and that's what makes her combos kind of complex. Okay, just kind of complex. So you would basically in neutral stance, you would do your first part, the martial arts kicks and punches, right? And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, and afterwards that's 6, right? So that's the most bog standard combo. I mean, you can see we get 2 shells out of that, okay? And what we actually want to do is use our vaults, okay? So how you perform a vault is basically after you perform one stage of the assault mode combo, you input a direction command. So let me do stage 1, the martial arts, and then I'll input D, okay, onto the right. See, I vaulted, and then that's the third stage. As you can see, I just skipped over the second stage. If you can remember, second stage, what was it? Gun, right? Backdash gun. See, backdash gun. But by doing this, no more backdash gun. Martial arts again. That's stage 3, and then stage 4 is where you build a shell, and then stage 5 is where you build a shell, and stage 6 you get no shells, and you repeat over and over again from 3. Okay, it's kind of complicated, but this character is very complicated. Okay, bear with me, guys. So what we want to do is, right? I just showed you kicks, Alright, I messed up. Yeah, it's very, very fast, right? Kicks, boom, immediately dash, kicks again. Okay, 2 charges, and then that's all the shells we're gonna get out of this combo, right? And I'm gonna show you 6. Oh, let me turn off this guy's stun real quick. So 6 is actually very, very useless and trash. So we're gonna do this. Get all our charges, and 6 is a little dash forward into shooting, right? It doesn't actually give us any shells. I'm gonna empty my shells over here so you guys can see more easily where I'm getting my shells. Okay, if you're still confused about where 4 and 5 is, okay. So, like I said, 6 is very useless. So we want to skip 6 with a revolt. Okay, so we want to essentially what it boils down to is to skip the bad parts and the long parts of the combo to get into our good parts, which is where we build our shells, right? So the bad parts are anywhere that does not build shells, basically, right? But we have to compromise because we can't just cancel everything and only get 4 and 5. We can only cancel the second stage, which is this. We can only cancel the second stage, and we can cancel the 6th stage, which is after 4 and 5, the slide forward shooting into 3. Okay, so it's very, very complex, okay? So a full combo will look like this. 4, 5, dash, 4, 5. Right, you get the idea, okay? We don't want the slide forward part. As soon as we finish 5, which is she jams the gun into the guy and then she explodes her gun, we want to dash or input a direction command wherever immediately, okay? So the difference of a vault is that the vault has no iframes actually. It's just a maneuvering thing. It's a maneuvering technique for you to first, the most important part is to get our combos out faster, and second is to, you know, position yourself away from the enemies, closer to enemies, chasing enemies, just positioning in general, right? We can do all of that at the same time with Zhu Yuan. Zhu Yuan's vault, okay, her special dodge. So if you're still with me after all of that, we're gonna be talking about the fastest way to build meter if your enemy is actually moving, right? So most of the time your enemy is actually gonna be moving, right? Because you're gonna be playing and he's gonna come and try to swing at you and you're gonna dodge. And you're gonna see that whenever I do a dodge counter, I get 1 charge on my shell, okay? So obviously that's pretty good because most enemies attack very frequently, especially the hard ones. So if you can dodge all of those, you get a shit ton of shells, right? So this is actually the fastest way you can build shells if they're reactive and you can dodge, right? That's why she is a skill-based character, because it all depends if you can dodge everything, right? If you can dodge everything, good, you can build all your shells very easily. Okay, if you can't dodge, well, tough luck. You can't get shit all shells actually. So, I'm gonna show you here, right? I'm gonna dodge backwards, 1 shell, right? And what's good about this is because if they stop offensing, stop going on the offense, we can transition to our 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I mean, just 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can transition to our 3, 4, 5 of the basic combo. 4, 5. All right, you see how fast I'm building up this gauge, even though I'm just dodging his attacks and counter attacking. You see? Extremely simple. Okay, very fast to build meter. This is the most simple way to build meter if they're fighting back. Okay. So after all of that, we're actually done with assault mode finally. Okay, we're gonna close this guy's AI, and then we're gonna go on a stun window. Okay, so on a stun window, basically you would have Ambi, or, you know, a stunner of your choice, break him, right? And then you bring the Cole, then you bring Zhu Yuan. Okay, maybe you bring Ambi depending on, you know, how long it lasts. Okay, so during this duration, you want to, our goal is to empty all 9 of our shells. Okay, all 9 of our shells as fast and as efficiently as possible. Okay, very easy to understand. Way more simple than building shells, right? Building shells, lots of tech, but releasing shells, we only have 1 tech. Okay, so I'm gonna show you right now. The 1 tech is actually another vault tech. So I'm gonna show you right now. If I hold down left click, pay attention to 3 stages of her attack. Okay, so she has 1, 2, 3. The 3 is the burst, okay, and then we loop back to 1 again. That's unideal, okay, we don't want to do that. We don't want to loop back to 1 again. If you noticed, 1, 2 takes 2 shells, right, because it's 2 shots, and 3 is 3 shots. So it takes 3 shells, right? Very, very obvious, okay, very, very obvious stuff. Now, if you can do basic math, let me, tell me, how many shells is that? That's 5, right? Right, that's 5, and then if we do another combo with 5, what's the last shot gonna be? That's gonna be on buff, right? And then we don't actually want that. That's just wasted DPS. So what we want to do is actually in this mode, your evolves do a bunch of damage, okay? Do a bunch of damage, and then they actually take 1 shell. So watch, evolt, 1 shell, and then skip part 2, right? That's how her vaults work. You can skip parts of the combo. What would you say is the best part of that whole combo, right? I would say it's 3. It's the 3 rapid fire. That's the most amount of burst, and that's the fastest way we can get rid of our shells, right? So we want to loop 3. So how do we loop 3? So we go 1, 2, 3, dash. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Very, very, very easy. Suppressive mode, very, very easy. Okay, let's watch out again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, dash, 1, 2, 3. 9 shells, all gone. Okay, and obviously afterwards you can use your ult, you can use your EX ability. After you get your chain attack, you can get a bunch more shells, and then it doesn't matter where you get your shells from, whether it's from this, from your ult, from your EX, from your normal build-up. The way you always want to release it is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Fastest way, most burst, best DPS. Okay, no exceptions for our suppressive mode. Okay, this is the best way to use it. And that's actually about it. Okay, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.